Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today what I got for you guys is from the BBC. This is in regards to Madagascar. The military unit says it has seized power after weeks of political turmoil. An elite military unit in Madagascar says that it has seized power, outseeing the country's embattled president Andre Rolina. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it right. If not, I'm sorry. Um, CAPSA has suspended key democratic instructions but has promised elections within 2 years. Madagascar's constitutional court named the unit's commander, Colonel Michael, and I can't say the last name, sorry guys, as the country's new leader, but the president's office insists Rogelina is still in charge. Lawmakers earlier voted in to impeach Rogelina, which he rejected as null and void. His whereabouts are unclear. There are reports he has fled the country on a French military plane. He said he was sheltering in a safe place after an attempt on his life. Madagascar has been rocked by weeks of protests. Here's why. Young people have been demonstrating against Rohingya's rule. So here's some live reporting in regards to it. Military chief denies plot of killing Reholina. In an exclusive with BBC interview hours before he has seized power, Colonel Michael Rajarayan, dismissed Rohelina's fears that his troops wanted to kill him. Quote, "It's not true. We have no plans to touch a single hair on the president's head. Who are we to do that? Soldiers are not trained to kill a president. That's the job of mercenaries, not us. We are here to protect the people and the country," Colonel Randrayana said. The military commander also told BBC he believed Rogelina was out of the country, something that the presidency denies. In my opinion, he made the speech outside the territory. I don't think that the speech exists in Madagascar. It doesn't exist. We don't give it any consideration. We do not recognize his speech. That's it. End quote. Speaking earlier on Tuesday, before MPs voted to impeach the president and before CAPSAT announced it was seizing power in the country, the commander told the BBC total chaos was reigning in Madagascar. Asked who he reports to, the colonel replied, "We have Malgasi, chief of staff of the army, who has just appointed 3 days ago, and there is also the minister of armed forces who still there and still working. We have both of them as leaders." The military unit made and broke a president. The military unit, known as CAPSAT, is the most powerful in Madagascar, and the tide turned against the president, Rogelina, once it entered the political arena on Saturday. That's when troops left their barricades and joined the youth-led protesters to the capital, demanding the president's resignation. CAPSAT soldiers escorted protesters on foot, and others drove into the city with crowds hanging from their vehicles. The act of military against President Rogelina government was led by Colonel Michael, the man who is now in power in Madagascar. CAPSAT stands for Personal Administration and Technical and Administrative Service Corps. It is in fact the name of the military camp, and the troops that were based there are referred to by the same name. The camp is part of the Army Administrative, Technical, and Personal Services. Its troops are not frontline combat unit, but an integral to the military internal structures like logistics and support or operations. The camp is strategically located near Antananarivo. This, along with its seats and arms depot, gives it enormous political and military clout. In 2009, CAPSAT was the site of the military party driven by the dissatisfaction with the handling of the mass protests against then-President Mark government. The mutiny was key for the ousting of the Revolucionamana and the rise of Andre. Now CAPSAT has risen against Rogelina after his government was accused of using excessive force to quell protests. The paramilitary formed the backbone of the Rohingya support, and there was reports on Saturday and Sunday that they were involved in shootouts with CAPSAT soldiers near their camps. So you kind of sort of heard that, like, there's a lot of long words and names that I can't pronounce. I apologize ahead of time. I did try to learn the pronunciation, but I guess it didn't stick. So here is the other thing I wanted to show you guys. This is from Al Jazeera English. Madagascar Army units claims control as president alleges power grab. Al Jazeera English. So let's go ahead and take a listen.
A military unit in Madagascar says it's taking control of the armed forces, and it comes as dozens of soldiers have joined protests calling on President Andry Rajoelina to resign. These are the scenes in the capital, Antananarivo, where police engaged protesters. The president's office says an attempt to forcibly seize power by sections of the military is now underway. The rebel soldiers have called on the people of Madagascar to support them.
From now on, all orders of the Malagasy Army, whether land, air, or the Navy, will originate from CAPSAT headquarters. Furthermore, we invite the Malagasy people and all of those in the general staff to work together to protect the people and the property for the good of all and for the homeland.
Famara Miller reports from Madagascar's capital, Antananarivo.
This is Independence Square in Antananarivo in Madagascar, where there have been a number of protests in recent weeks. People here demanding the resignation of the president, Andry Rajoelina. They say they consider the developments until now a victory. They say that they're preparing for the president to leave office, and that's after the president of the Senate was pushed out. Because of his relationship with Rajoelina, they say Rajoelina's departure from office is imminent and that his government is falling apart.
We are sure that our victory is already here. The president will not be our president anymore after a few moments. We just give him one day to take decision to leave.
These protests began about 2 weeks ago because of ongoing electricity and water cuts. These shortages led to growing frustration amongst tens of thousands of people who wanted this fixed. It's since escalated into anti-government protests, and people here are demanding that the president leave office. Now, he has responded by saying that if these issues are not fixed within a year, he will quit. But people here say that's simply not enough. Famida Miller, Al Jazeera, Antananarivo, Madagascar.
Luke Freeman is a Madagascar expert at University College London. He explains what's likely to happen next.
This intervention yesterday, which we've just heard about, where an elite corps of the army came in support of the youth protesters, basically dissipated the gendarmes, the military police, and allowed the protesters for the first time into the city centre. And that's where they've been gathering yesterday and today and calling once again for President Rajoelina to resign. What happens next is uncertain. There will certainly be some jostling amongst leading political and military figures to lead the transition process. That's clear. As far as the Gen Z protesters who've set this ball rolling are concerned, it may be that their egalitarian structure now plays against them. Because in order to have political penetration, to get a seat at those discussions for setting out the roadmap for Madagascar's future, they're going to probably need to appoint leaders and spokespeople, which is what they've not done before. And they're going from social human rights protests into the murky and dirty world of political negotiations. And for that, you need to be part of a coalition. And that's where they're going to have to fight for their right to still be part of this process.
Don't miss out. Get the full picture.
So you saw that and you heard that. I just wanted to bring it to you guys' attention. I didn't even know this was going on, and it was something that just, popped up on my feed, because I usually have like alerts set up for anything that, happens, anything that's, news, breaking, what have you, culture. I think it's always good to just, kind of be aware of everything that's going on, not just here in America, but around the world. So I think it's always good to just be in the know. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. I want to thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And oh, don't forget to hit the notification bell. Till next time.